first video. It was like December of 2008. I have decided that to get over the awkwardness of the first YouTube video, I would introduce you guys to me. You guys meaning anyone who happens upon this video. Anyway, I'm gonna steal a tag from Tumblr and I'm just gonna answer questions for you guys, because, you know, I can do that with my phone. I'm just gonna answer questions about me for you to get to know the me that is me. I am 19 years of age. In February, I will be 20 years old, which is extremely frightening for me. I don't know why. The fact that I've been on this earth for like 2 decades already is freaking me out. I am from the East Coast, sadly. In good old Rhode Island, sadly. But yeah, it's a fact. Halloween Kit Kats. Just Halloween Kit Kats. Halloween Kit Kats. Just Halloween Kit Kats. I am currently trying to set a world record for longest time without a relationship. Going 19 years strong. This is hard because I read a lot in school, but I don't like required books just because they're required. I'm like, you know, screw the system. Screw the system. Screw the system. Smoke weed every day. And you'd think that I'd say like Hunger Games because I read all the books in like 4 days, but I actually have to say Persepolis. I read that during my freshman year of high school, and it was just a really good book. For some reason, I just really loved the illustration with the comic book styling, and it was just a good book overall. Like, I avoid this question as much as possible, but I try to base my answer off of which movie I've seen the most and which movie I don't get sick of after watching like a dozen times. I would actually have to say anything by Hayao Miyazaki. Or anything by Studio Ghibli. Actually, no, I'm gonna narrow it down. I'm gonna say Kiki's Delivery Service. And because when I was like 9 or 10 years old, I saw Kiki's Delivery Service on TV. I think it might have been on Disney Channel or on ABC. It was something like that. I don't know how I saw it or when I saw it exactly. But I fell in love with that movie. And for years and years after that, when I was like 12, 13, I kept trying to find this movie. And occasionally, like every 2 years, I would see it again, but never catch the name. And I kept remembering this movie with this girl in this purple dress, and she got a cute little black cat and a red bow in her hair, and I loved it forever, but could never figure out what it was. It wasn't until like 4 years ago that I actually figured out that it was a Studio Ghibli film, and now I watch it like every other weekend. See, I say I don't watch television that much, but I have as of late, because I've been getting back into TV shows. Before, it was mostly like internet and web series and YouTubers. I'm slowly starting to get back into television and television shows. For a while, the transition actually came from me getting into shows that were only shown in England. Like, not even just England, I think just England. On E4, the BBC channel. Please Like Me, My Mad Fat Diary. I've recently been getting into In the Flesh. A lot of European shows, which led me to realize that, like, you know, it's really fun to be able to watch TV without having to find online streams. So, I don't know, I got really into Under the Dome when it started last year, I think. Teen Wolf. Funny story about how I got into Teen Wolf. I watched the first episode after the VMAs, and I forced my siblings to watch it with me, and I hated it. I thought it was terrible, and for some reason, like, before season 2 started, I would see it on Tumblr all the time, and I just decided, hey, maybe you didn't give it a fair chance. So I went back and watched all of season 1, and I cried because I fell in love with it, and then kept up with season 2 and season 3, and here we are now. I have a stuffed wolf named Scott McCall. How have we come this far? I don't have a favorite TV show. I kind of bounce between all of them depending on like season quality and all that stuff. I would say Supernatural based on how long I've been watching Supernatural, but I stopped watching at the beginning of last season because it got kind of hokey, and I don't know, it jumped the shark for me. I still hold it close to my heart, but like I haven't watched any of the last season or half of the season before it. I really like Once Upon a Time. I like how they weave all of the characters' stories together, and like these stories of princesses and mythical creatures that didn't occur at the same time or never involve each other, and now all of a sudden they're all linked, usually through Rumpelstiltskin because he's an ass. How could I forget American Horror Story? Didn't watch the first season because I didn't like the first episode. A lot of my favorite shows, I will say that actually shows that I end up liking more started out that way, with me hating them. Didn't like the first episode, so I didn't watch the first season. Caught up with the first season on Netflix, started watching with the second season, then went back to the first season. Absolutely loved it. And I am more excited for Freak Show than anyone could know. Coven was amazing. When did this become a TV show review video? It's not. So Jariah, you're gonna stop right now. This is impossible. Never ask me this question. Never. Just that hiccup? That was horrible. Groundhog Day, because that's the day I was born. I love purple, but I've also taken a liking to like dark reds and maroons, as you could probably tell. And like even looking around my room right now, there's so many things that are dark reds. I've also taken a liking to like oranges and gradients of orange. Everything that I've painted, like all my DIY like room decor stuff that I've made recently, like chalkboards and little plaques and even my light switch cover, it's all a gradient from like a dark reddy orange to a peach. And I don't know, that's kind of those are my favorite colors right now, but my favorite color always will be purple and auburn. It's in my hair too, that's why I pulled my bangs out. Just gonna tuck those back in there. The last song I listened to was called Morning BJ by Viewpoint. It's a great song. I've also been listening to a lot of Pentatonics, because they're amazing. There's really no other explanation as to why I was listening to Pentatonics a lot. I've been listening to a lot of B. Miller, and I don't know where she came from or who she is. I haven't even looked her up at all. Also, Troye Sivan's EP, Trixie, it's wonderful. And Touch and Gasoline. Gasoline makes me so happy and so sad, and I just want to like lay in my bed on a cold day with a blanket on and just like fall asleep to it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. The last movie I watched, actually, I fell asleep to Alice in Wonderland last night. The last movie I saw in theaters was Maze Runner. Gotta support my future husband. Kinda wanna say Major Bedhead from the Big Comfy Couch. Jo from Supernatural. She was awesome. The name Jariah is of Hebrew origin. The meaning of Jariah is tributary lord or tributary. Jariah is generally used as a girl's name, consists of 6 letters and 3 syllables. In the US in 2013, it ranked 2,971 in popular baby names for girls, with 56 occurrences. I'm gonna choose a supervillain because I don't really have a favorite superhero. Harley Quinn, she's my homegirl. Since I played Arkham Asylum, I don't know why. I think she's badass and she stands up for what she believes. And yeah, she chases after a man, but at the end of the day, she can handle herself. And most times in the cartoon, she did handle herself, and she stood up for herself against Joker. She was really his only match at the end of the day. And I don't really have one. Once again, this whole thing has been just me saying that I don't really have one and then ranting about things. No, you know what? I do have a favorite celebrity, and it is Josh Hutcherson. I've been a fan of Josh since I was like 10 or 9 years old. The first time I saw Little Manhattan, I cried because I fell in love with him. And he's just a great actor, and I haven't seen him make any bad decisions or do anything wrong or be like horrible to any of his fans or anything like that. And it's nice to see him, like, after years of seeing him in one movie at a time, like little like indie films, seeing him grow into the actor that he is now and land a like a reoccurring main role like Hunger Games is amazing. So yeah, I'll say Josh, because I've stuck with him the longest of all the like celebrity crushes that have come and gone for me. He's been the one that kind of stayed, because it's not really a crush, it's more of an admiration. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you learn something about me if you watch it. If you feel like it, you should subscribe. That's all, I guess. I still don't know how to end these videos, so I'm just gonna like...
I went down to a place in Bed-Stuy, a little late.